In this video, we will talk about the chest X-ray findings for congestive cardiac failure. So, what is congestive cardiac failure? Congestive cardiac failure is when there is a failure of the heart, to pump the blood towards the lungs or towards the uh, body. It means that right ventricle is not able to pump the blood towards the lungs. And left ventricle is not able to pump the blood towards the body. So this will cause a congestion of the blood in the heart, and it will cause a congestion, that is back congestion, towards the lungs. So what will happen is there will be prominence of the blood vessels, that is the pulmonary vessels, will get prominent because they won't be able to pump the blood towards the body. So heart will give back pressure towards this vessel, and this will give back pressure to the small pulmonary vessels, and there will be prominence of the vessels in the um, lungs because of the filling of that vessels by the blood. So you can see that there will be cephalization of blood vessels. What I mean by this is there will be increased prominence of the blood vessels in the upper zones of the lungs than the lower zones. Normally lower zone lungs will be visible more clearly because of the gravity. In normal lungs, when the blood will flow from the heart towards the lung, because of the gravity, more of the blood will be seen in the lower zones. And if you see the normal x-rays, you will find that the upper zones will be more black than the lower zone, and it occurs because of this gravity pulling the blood towards the lower zone. So that is a normal phenomenon. But now in this congestive heart failure, as there is increased back pressure, so this vessels, that is upper zone blood vessels, will also become prominent. So one point is clear. Then this is our second point, that hilar vessels will be prominent, and there will be edema around these vessels, and it will be in a bat wing edema, bat wing appearance of the edema. Then you can also see this curly B lines. This curly V lines occurs because of the pulling of the blood into the interstitium. I already told you that there will be back pressure. So this back pressure will push the fluid from the vessels to the surroundings, as there is no way for the blood to move forwards. So it will be moved backwards. So because everything that is occurring in this CHF is because of the back pressure. If you understand this term, then it will be easy for you to understand why these fluids are getting accumulated in the lungs. So there is fluid in the blood vessels, fluid out of the blood vessels, that is edema, right? Then you can see that interstitium, there will be interstitial edema. So because of this, that curly B lines will be seen, and there can be pleural effusion also, and the size of the heart, size of heart will be increased. So these are the findings which you can see in the chest x-ray. So let's correlate the findings and make it easy to understand. First of all, what you see is, you can see that the size of the heart is increased. Then you can see that both the side of the hilum are prominent. So prominence of the hila. But if you see carefully, you can see that the prominence is like this, that is bat wing appearance. Second point is clear. Now you can see in this region that there are increased blood vessel markings. You can see that these are going likewise. There are increased blood vessel markings. So this will be cephalization of the blood vessels. So this is cephalization of blood vessels. This is bat wing appearance, right? This is cardiac size is increased. Then you can see here this is the line, this is curly B lines, right? And there is also little pleural effusion that can be seen here. There is a pleural effusion. You can also see that there is a pleural effusion here, okay, in the fissure, accumulation of the fluid in the fissure. So this is also a pleural effusion which is contained in the fissure. So these are the findings that were mainly seen in the chest x-ray of a CHF patient. So you should also correlate the findings. You can also see there is a peribronchial coughing. This is peribronchial coughing. Peribronchial coughing. This occurs because of the leakage of the fluid, okay, surrounding the bronchus. That is basically because of edema. So you should also correlate those findings with the symptoms of the patient. Okay, so it is not that only seeing the x-ray you can diagnose the disease. You need the history from the patient also. Okay, if you see this patient, okay, they will be breathless. There will be breathlessness, that is dyspnea. They will complain about dyspnea, right? There will be if there is a pleural effusion, then there will be decreased bronchial breath sound. And if there will be pulmonary edema, then crackles will be heard. Okay, then JVP will be raised in this patient. There will be edema in legs. Okay, then hepatomegaly can be seen. Hepatomegaly can be seen. So there are many findings related with this. Okay, patient will complain. Patient will also complain increased frequency of urination. Okay. Mainly this will be complaint after giving treatment, okay, with diuretics. So this is after treatment. But yeah. So these are the findings, and don't forget to correlate it with the symptoms of the patient. And so yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you find this video helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of these videos which I am making.